Hello, Mark. Thank you for taking some time to view this video. I'm Travis Miller with Last Dragon Digital Marketing. So the point of this video is two things. One is to give you some tips and tricks to use your website to increase your online revenue, your traffic, your leads with all the services you provide in your areas. And two is to compare your website to a local competitor's website in a certain service area and see if those tips and tricks could outrank them to get some leads from them. So first, I'll talk about three things: content, backlinks, and citations. So whatever I talk about here, you definitely use on your own website. But if you want to talk about that or anything further, feel free to reach out. My door is always open. But either way, if you leave me a few lines of feedback, that helps me get better at making some of these videos. So let's get started. So first, content. In content, you need anywhere between 1,500 to 2,000 words, just depending on the competition and number of keywords needed. So a keyword is anything someone might type into Google for a particular service or product. And in your content throughout your website, you can place keywords throughout to tell Google exactly what terms you want your website to be found for. So you got a nice laid out website here already. Definitely got some content in there, some links in there. But I just kind of show you on the back end, you can do some things to outrank your competitors and get on page one of Google. So speaking of Google, when we do a search in Google, if I'm a consumer, I know plumbing services is something that you provide, so I picked plumbing services, Dallas, Texas, and here's what comes up. So a lot of times there's ads right here. That's something you could invest in if you haven't already. A lot of people skip ads though. And then also, this is the map pack. So this is citations. I'll talk more about that in a minute, but we call these organics right here. So the goal is to be on the first page of any kind of service you provide or area you serve, to be on that first page, right in front of consumers' faces. So as you scroll down, you see you're not on the first page, but you're almost there. You can do some things to get on that first page, and you might have heard that saying, a great place to hide a dead body. It's on page 2 or 3 of Google. People just don't click there to look for a service or a product, so you got to be right in front of them. And you got a lot of competitors on this page, not a big company. A lot of times we skip the directories like Yelp and Angie's List, because if I'm a consumer, I usually go to a local business. So I'll compare your website to someone in the middle. The goal is to outrank the top competitor, but that takes time. So the goal is to maybe get quickly in front of this competitor in the middle. If you beat this guy, you'll be on the first page, and I'll compare your website to Reeves Family Plumbing. So staying on the keywords, this is a tool. It's called Ahrefs that we use to do a deep dive in websites, and here's your URL right here, and here's your numbers. So right now on your website, you're using 149 keywords. That's a good start. I would increase your keywords though. You guys have a lot of different services, so I would think about those buyer intent services. And you have some here already. Dallas HVAC repair. Think of any kind of plumbing services, water tanks. There's many you could add to your website to increase your search volume. And you want to get more bang for your buck. The higher search volume, the better. So you got some good keywords going on here. Here's a great one. AC repair Dallas. That's over 1,000 search volume. So definitely keep up your keywords there. But just comparing that to your local competitor's website, this is Reeves Family Plumbing. Good website too. Definitely a good website. Got some content on there, but definitely rankable, outbeatable for sure. So their numbers, and here's their URL, and their numbers. Actually, you're beating them in keywords, which is good. But I'm not sure what kind of keywords they're using. They might have more search volume on their keywords. It looks pretty basic. But any keywords that they're using that applies to you, like Dallas, Texas Plumber, for instance, if that's not in your website, you can very easily instill that in your website. Plumbing services Dallas, and DFW plumbing, that's a good one. So they got some keywords as well. So you got about the same keywords. But let's go on to the second thing I talked about with backlinks. So a backlink is anytime when another website is linking to your website. So these links act like an endorsement for your website. And Google uses that to build trust in your business by seeing others vouching for you. So think of it as like a popularity contest. The person with the most backlinks wins. But keep it in mind, not all backlinks are created equal. It's very important to have other HVAC services, plumbing services, AC heating and air services, websites back to you. It doesn't help you if a doctor's office or a lawyer's office website is linking back to you. It doesn't give you that trust power with Google. So again, you're on a good start here. 595 backlinks, 114 different reference domains. But just comparing that to your competitor, let's go back on his. Here he is, Reeves Plumbing. He has 855 compared to your 500 or so backlinks and 83 reference domains. So I would keep up your keywords. Have more keywords so you're beating them there, but definitely get closer to the backlinks here and make sure they're relevant. So if you get closer to these numbers, there's no reason why you cannot get on that first page of Google when you do that search for plumbing services, Dallas, Texas. Then finally, there's citations. So citations is anywhere where your business name, your number, and your address are shown exactly on your Google Business profile. So citations help you rank in this map pack here, which is extremely important for local businesses since these can generate huge amounts of revenue. Again, the goal is to be on the top 3 or 4. Sometimes there's 4 here, but this has 3. Again, you want to be right in front of consumers. Much like the organics on page 2 and 3, consumers don't push this button to go on to find a service. So to up your citations game, just include directories like Yelp, Angie's List, Expertise, BBB. There's hundreds of others you may have heard of. Also, social media accounts work great: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. The idea is that your brand begins to be found by Google all over the internet. And the larger your online presence is, the more Google trusts you. So once Google sees you more often than these competitors, the more likely it is you can outrank them on this map pack. So once your citations, your content, your backlinks, they all come together, you start to outgrow your competitors. And here's what you might be looking at and why that's worth it and so important. So not sure what your margins are now, but I imagine that will still generate some pretty good revenue for you. Also, as I said earlier, there's many more keywords you could use to generate more and more traffic and leads since you guys provide so much services. So this is what I do. I've created this video for you to help you start generating those leads. But if you find yourself wanting more to continue scaling as far as you want, feel free to reach out. I can help you out with that with some more information, or we could talk about goals. I could do research to find out exactly what could be realistic for your business and what it might take to reach those goals. So again, if you leave me a few lines of feedback, that helps me out making these videos. Again, I'm Travis Miller with Last Dragon Digital Marketing. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. Much luck in your business, and have a great day.